Think of how differently we'd feel about the Bears today and the Browns today if Darnell Mooney catches this pass. Now, let's keep showing this.
The Bears are close. They really are. There are a lot of things to be excited about.
I talked to DeAnthony Bell. He said, we were studying film this week of Hail Marys league-wide, and he said, I noticed that the offensive players are gathering in front of the wall of defensive players because they knock it down. It's like, I will catch it.
Right.
So he made the break over to Darnell Mooney because he's like, he's going to do it, and as he's making the break over, the ball gets kicked right to him. Because when I was talking to DeAnthony, I wasn't watching the clip because if I had, I would have said, you weren't going to get there in time. He was catching that ball.
Definitely, right.
But the fact that he was making the move over there put him in position to make the catch because there he is right there, just kind of like, hey, boom, that's it. And he said, I'm supposed to knock it down too, but look how fast it happens. He just there's the ball, I'm taking it.
And he gets stuck in between a few people, and it's hard. It's not as easy to knock the ball straight down as everybody thinks it is. There's a lot of people trying to make things happen. You knock the ball, it might knock off your teammate's shoulder pad or helmet, and it goes into the air, right?
Yeah, it's not a volleyball spike.
Exactly right.
It's not. You don't get the opportunity to really slam it down. You're just trying to tip it down.
Yeah, and within that, you don't always hit it clean or crush it or
one of the Browns players
way.
told Devin McCourty that in the future we're just gonna catch it. Just catch it.
Deron Harmon.
Deron Harmon. We're just gonna catch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which I think there's something there to that too.
But the problem is if you butterfinger it at all and starts popping around, it's even easier for the offensive player to catch it.
Yeah, exactly right. But it added some great excitement to the end of that football game. I mean, the Browns, I don't know, they're arguably, I think, one of my favorite teams to watch in the league right now. They're kind of can't miss football. Their defense, I have a man crush on it. I mean, their defense is phenomenal. And what I think I love about them more than anything, Mike, is they go for the kill every play. Right, I think you heard me a few times during the game in the viewing room where I'm like, look at this. It's 2nd and 7. They got 9 guys at the line of scrimmage. They're playing man to man like it's 1st and goal on the 1-inch line. I mean, it's just they don't play to let's make sure it's not 2nd and 4. They go, we want 2nd and 14. It's like every play is like, no, we think we can make you lose yards here. I mean, their defense makes so many plays. Right? And this one, they saved their defense. I know Joe Flacco is going to get a lot of the credit for throwing for 374 yards. I wish I could throw 3 interceptions and a pick 6 and get credit for a game like that. Damn. I mean, the pick 6, another time he throws an interception, it gets returned inside the 5-yard line. They hold the Bears to a field goal.
The pick 6 was off the guy's hands.
Yeah, it was unlucky. That's right. But it still was trying to jam the ball into the middle of the field. Now, this one, he kind of gets hit as he's throwing it too. Now, what my main point and what I was trying to get to a little here is I know they can't run the football right now, right? And, you'd like your tight end to catch that ball. It was a bang-bang play, and it's a good play by 2 linebackers who were getting paid a lot of money by the Bears in free agency last year, and that was good signings by them. My thing is just, that should have been a touchdown right there. That was after the muff punt by the Chicago Bears. Doesn't, end up 0 points, but guess what happens? The Cleveland Browns defense stops the Bears on the ensuing drive, I'll get here first, have a 4th and 1 at the 33-yard line, up 17-7. Kick the freaking field goal, then go up 20-7. Instead, they go for it against the best defense in football, and Justin Fields doesn't get the first down, and they go down and kick a field goal and kind of take momentum back of the football game. Yes, thank you. Turning point right there, just like that. Here it is, Matt Eberflus, big moment of the game. You can go up 13. The Browns offense ain't done jack diddly squat for the most part.
Close.
Play of the day by Cam Mitchell, rookie from Northwestern. Way to go. He's a good little player. Play some nickel for them, but good job. So close, like you said. But that, to me, was the turning point of the football game. Cleveland kind of took control there. But the other point I was trying to get back to is just they got to manage Joe Flacco a little bit. We've been watching Joe Flacco the last few years. I mean, he's a human turnover machine. If they call a deep throw, he throws it deep no matter what. If there's 7 guys there, he still throws it deep. So they got to be a little careful. I know they can't run the ball, and they're going to have to throw to win the game. But you do have an unbelievable defense. Play through that a little bit more. I just feel like they're skating by right now, and I don't know if it's realistic, and they just need to rein it in on that side of the ball just a little bit more because, again, they almost lost the game yesterday. They probably shouldn't have because of the over-aggressive nature of their own offense.
I will give Joe Flacco credit, though, for forgetting about the turnovers and getting the job done.
No doubt.
How many guys have we seen once it starts to go, they can't quit thinking about what they did earlier, and they can't just relax and play.
That's right.
And make the throws after the fact that allow things like this, the setup to David Njoku.
This throw
the
right
third
here.
and 15 with a guy in his face, and he kind of double clutches it before he throws it, and it's a little high, and Njoku makes the catch, and next thing you know, it's field goal range. The pitch and catch to Amari Cooper.
Cooper crossing route in the coverage.
It's
fearless.
So and this is a testament to having a guy who has played for so long. He's seen it all. He's done it all. He's not going to get freaked out. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, P.J. Walker, Joe Flacco at age 23 is not going to shake off the 3 interceptions the way that 38-year-old Joe Flacco did, and that is one of the benefits that they have. And it is fun to watch it happen.
It is.
And in Njoku, do we have the touchdown? I still don't understand how he managed to avoid, and this is a rule we've learned over the years, the heel toe, or the toe heel.
Yeah, toe heel.
If you toe tap on the sideline and your whole foot doesn't come down in bounds, it's a catch. If your toe lands in and the rest of your foot in the natural process of taking a step, that's what the rule book says.
Right, like boom,
boom. If you're facing the field and your toes hit and your heels come down out of bounds, it's out of bounds. And we just thought that's what happened.
Right.
It was toe heel, and Njoku's out of the back of the end zone. When you watch that play, he twists his foot and keeps the heel.
It's incredible.
From landing out of bounds. And I was hoping to talk to him after the game. He was in high demand, as you can imagine. Second 100-yard receiving game of his career. But it's uncanny. I've never seen anybody manage to move their foot like that and get it to come down in bounds in that moment.
I mean,
because are you really practicing?
A millimeter.
Are you practicing catching at the back of the end zone? Maybe he is. That's what I want to ask.
I don't know
How
about
much do you practice that?
Foot and all that, but I do think, to like your point, it's a guy that now he's played a lot of ball and he's just got a feel and a sixth sense of where he is on the field. And that's what happens as a player is the more you get to play and do all that, you start to become better at little, what do you call instinctual things there. And this is incredible. I mean, you're right. First off, he's a specimen. If you ever saw David Njoku in person, you'd be like, oh my gosh, like safeties and corners got to tackle this guy in the NFL. I don't know if we got the correct angle that they show after the review and all that. You can see
at the back where that foot comes down, and it's like there's no way that heel's in bounds. There's no way it's in bounds. Holy crap, it's in bounds.
It was in by maybe a millimeter.
But it's great to see as well. He struggled early in his career.
Right.
He was kind of felt like a borderline bust. They ended up paying him, and this was one of the Deshaun Watson toys.
Here we go.
But now it's become, there it is. How? He turns it and he keeps it, and it still looks like maybe part of it hit. I don't know. They got a little gift there. Whoop.
I know.
I see.
I think it was one of those so close where it goes back to your saying, if we have to look at it this many times and go on this long, we're just going to keep the feel on the call.
You know what?
Field.
You know what though? Now that we see that angle, this morning in the light of day,
our great friend Gradelli, who's in the viewing with us, he thought it was out, right?
He does turn the foot, but it's after it hits.
You don't see any dirt get dug up on the white. That's what's weird about it. And that's where I think it becomes really hard to actually go. Did that heel actually come down all the way? And I think they gave the tie goes to the runner here because of what the call was on the football field.
There was another example of it yesterday where it looked like there was a catch that should have been overturned to a non-catch or vice versa. It just makes me think somebody read someone the riot act about clear and obvious as we get closer to the playoffs.
Right.
And it better be clear and obvious. And if you
have
to
look at it
squint
74 times,
if you have to do that,
it's too long, right?
Yeah. And we say that all the time, but sometimes if you go too far one way, you see that. You know it when you see it. All right, I retract everything I said. It was an incredible effort by David Njoku, but I think his foot came down out of bounds. That was an angle that I didn't get a clean look at as we were watching 8 games yesterday. But regardless, the Browns are making it work. They're 9-5. They're the 5 seed right now.
Going to Houston this next week.
Kevin Stefanski is the first Browns head coach with multiple winning seasons since Marty Schottenheimer did it in the 80s, which means Kevin Stefanski is the first coach of these Browns.
Yes.
Because those Browns are the Ravens now.
Yes, right.
Sorry, Miles.
Yeah.
Those Browns are the Ravens now. These Browns, who entered the league as an expansion team in 1999, have never had a head coach with multiple winning seasons.
No, that Marty Schottenheimer Browns, of course, was prime Browns, one of the best teams in football there for a number of years, and kept getting upset by Elway in AFC Championship games and having to deal with
The
Elway
drive,
magic,
the fumble,
all that crap. Right? They had another one where they just got their butts beat, I think, in the '89 championship game that year. But there's some things to really respect about this Cleveland defense. Their defense makes a lot of plays. Schwartz, the way he games plans, and just how aggressive they are, and how they, the scheme and the talent all mesh well together. And the fact that, they came into this year as one of the elite running teams in football, and now because of the injuries on the O-line, Nick Chubb and all that, they're having to drop back. It's 3 games in a row, mid-40 pass attempts for Joe Flacco. If you told me that, I would go, well, I don't think they can win that way. So it's shocking. And not only are they winning that way, they're making big plays. But I do think it's got to be reined in just a little bit, because I don't know if you're going to beat the really, really good teams in the AFC, making some of the mistakes we've seen them make.
Think about some of the potential AFC playoff games
I
can
know.
have.
Yeah.
Bills, Browns.
Browns.
Browns. Flacco goes back to
right?
Baltimore.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
You throw the Chiefs in there, you got the Bills, you got the Browns, you got the Ravens,
you got the Dolphins,
you got the Texans of CJ Stroud when he's back, the
Yeah.
Dolphins out there. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.